Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today, as I promised, I will talk about communication management and communication tools. Now, communication is a vital part of any business, and you've probably heard about communication skills. Whilst the communication skills are a set of soft skills, they're also the tools and methods of communication. And in today's video, I'll try to break them down for you. So let's get down to it. First of all, the tools of communication. Well, nowadays there's a very broad range of tools that you can use, but the following I think are the most common ones. The first one would be emails. Nowadays, emails are the most commonly used and a major part of communication in almost any environment, any business environment. And in my opinion, emails are being overused, and I will come to that point a bit later in this video, so stay with me. The second one would be instant messaging. Now, it can be one of your unified communications or UC platform, the ones like Skype or Skype for Business, Cisco, Jabber, Hangouts, or similar tools. And it can even be your simple SMS in your phone. And instant messaging is a great tool, especially when you're not able to reach somebody for a voice call and you're not getting a response to your email. So it's a great tool and for communicating with people in or outside your environment, and not just for business purposes but also for personal reasons. The third one would be voice calls. It can be phone calls. It can be, again, using your UC platform like online call, online conferencing. And it's also another handy tool for communicating with people. And the last but not the least is face-to-face interaction. It can be one-to-one, or it can be a physical interaction with many people in a meeting room, or at a meeting in any venue. And it's probably the most efficient way of communicating with people, especially if you have the possibility to interact with them in the same physical environment. And another communication tool is fax. Yeah, never mind. Now, when it comes to methods of communication, I would name two general methods. The first one would be the static or expecting method of communication. I will come back to that a bit later. And the second one is dynamic communication. And that's definitely my favorite, and I will also elaborate on this one a bit later in this video. Now, static communication, an example to that one would be that you're sending an email to somebody expecting a reply because you're maybe preparing a report, or maybe you're expecting some delivery and anything else, but you're just sending an email and waiting for it. Or maybe you're just making one phone call and you're not able to reach the person, and you might leave a voice message, or you might just forget about it and expect a call back, right? So this would be a static or expecting way of communicating, and I can tell you, this does no good for anybody. Not for your business, not for yourself, not for your image. Dynamic communication is what we should be harnessing and utilizing nowadays more and more, especially in this new working environment, with the current trends that we're moving towards more distant working, more globalization of businesses right now. Ability to dynamically communicate is becoming more and more vital. And in my view, when we talk about communication skills, it's mostly about how much you can actually use these dynamic communication methods or tools. So speaking of tools, all of the tools that I named in the beginning of this video can be used and must be used sometimes in conjunction with one another in order to establish a good communication with your stakeholders, with your colleagues, with your partners, doesn't matter. If we come back to that example about sending an email and expecting a reply, And when it comes to fulfilling your tasks, or maybe this is your own business, right? And you're trying to fulfill a very important delivery, or you are preparing an important report. Maybe you're writing an article, which does have a deadline. You have to make it ready for a certain point in time, and you cannot get a reply. This is very common. I mean, inboxes can be full with emails, and this comes back to that overuse problem of emails. And we're trying to use our email agent like Microsoft Outlook or else in order to prioritize our emails. So if you sent an email or if you've made a call, you couldn't get a reply, just use other tools. You can call the person if you know the phone number of the person. If you can find them in your UC platform, in your communication, online collaboration tools, use your instant message. Send them a message or send an SMS saying that, okay, I'm expecting a reply from you. What would be the good time for talking? And or use, especially if you're working in the same organization, you definitely have this UC platform that you can basically use. Use your online meeting. Like, you don't have to interact with people physically nowadays. You can use your web camera. You can use your headphone, and yes, headphones. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, headphone is that small but very vital, very essential tool that you should have. Because using headphone and talking to people, speaking to people on the phone or on a conference call, using the headphones generally improves your ability to express yourself. It makes yourself feel more freely. Okay, you can use your hands to do other stuff. You can send things, you can share things, you can continue to do things as you speak. I'm not talking about doing other things, but something relevant to your conversation. And basically using your hand gestures, make yourself feel better and express yourself in a more natural way. So headphones, it's a very important tool. Have one. It can be wired or wireless, it doesn't matter. Just have a headphone. It will boost your capacity significantly. And the last point today would be the emails. Again, I'm coming back to that because talking of the methods, talking of the dynamic method of communication, well, email is not good for that. I mean, emails should be used, in my humble opinion, for three main things. It should be used for sharing information, it should be used for notifying or inviting people, and the third one, it should be used for the purpose of the record or for follow-up. Like that, you have sent an invitation with an email, you've notified the person about something important, or you've shared a document, and then you've invited them into a call, into a meeting. You have discussed the matter, and as a follow-up, you use the email to summarize the minutes of the meeting, the taken actions, and also what has been discussed, what decisions have been made. So that's what your emails are for. Don't use it for chatting. You have your instant messaging for chatting. If you want to discuss something with the person or a number of people, just invite them into a conference call. Just make a telco if you don't have the possibility to make an online conferencing. If you're working in the same environment, simply walk to their desk or just call them into a room where you can discuss the matter. And I can tell you what you can resolve in 5-10 minutes during an online call or an online conference or in a meeting. That will take you probably days, not even hours, days to solve it with an email. If you're lucky enough to solve it at all. So that will be it for today, and please use the comment section below in order to leave your suggestions. And if you want me to talk more about one or the other aspect of the topic that I covered today, again, leave your comments. I will happily cover that, and subscribe to this channel because I'll be posting similar videos regularly. And well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.